Me, I just not on Thursdays because I cover college football too.
Great to see you. It's all good. Hi, everybody. For the divisional game here versus Jacksonville, we have to control field position. Go ahead and address their kicker. He's a freak, and he kicked a 68-yard field goal, so field position is at an all-time premium now that we know he kicks from the 50-yard line. So that's going to be, the distinct mission for our special teams unit is to, when we're covering, how much can we back them up and give our defense what we consider a long field to midfield, and then, can we shorten it for us. So, and then, for our kicker, Kaimi being down this week, we were able to bring in Matt Wright. So got some great familiarity with him. You guys actually have seen him. He was on Carolina's 90-man when they were at the joint practice here. And then, have played against him multiple times last preseason and in other games as well. So he's done an outstanding job, and really everywhere a kicker who hasn't landed a full-time job has been, you're looking for familiarity. So my first resource was Tommy Townsend, who's held for him when he was in Kansas City. So brought Tommy up to the office. What do you know about Matt? And then makes ourselves more familiar to get up and running off the ground with an operation on a short notice. So excited to have Matt here, and we'll find out if we can control field position against Jaguars when we need it most. So I'll take your guys' questions.
What's impacted the most when they do have a kicker like that from your perspective? What you do versus what you don't do?
Yeah, and every time we give the defense, hey, this is the line to defend at the end of a half or for a game-winning attempt, like that becomes a nuance when you're talking about your offensive possession leading into that. So how are you going to handle the midfield decision-making in the situational football areas of the field? They totally change. And then for us, we've got to find a way to knock one down. We have to find a way because, their shots on goal ability just went up. Steph Curry changed basketball. Brandon Aubrey's changing football. Now it's obviously permeating amongst to the rest of the league. So, for Cam Little, that's changing the Jacksonville's midfield offense, if you will. So for us, got to find a way to knock one down and help our team out.
Kind of to that point, since you mentioned knocking one down, how does Denico Autry sort of change y'all's makeup and identity when he's out there, and who is the guy to step up if he's for some reason down?
Yeah, I taught Denico Autry everything he knows on how blocking kicks. Man, there's a knack to certain things, and he's an impressive individual. But just like anything else, like owning your role, the whole football team, like it's the greatest sport in the world because there's 6'8" guys, there's 5'8" guys. Like there's so many different styles and types of human beings that can play our game, but they got to come together in one. But if you can find a niche and a role on every specific thing, and that's what I do on special teams, like he owns his role of, I know how to really crease an A gap or a B gap last week and get my hand in the ball flight at the right time. So he's big, explosive, powerful, and there's all kinds of guys in there that are the reason he was able to get through a week ago. And each time, each week, each field goal front that you're going to get, you want to attack it in different ways. But of course, it's always about putting your playmakers at the point of attack. He's done a good job of that for us.
What's the mechanics of if they near midfield, of having your punt return ready, of having your kick block ready, and kind of do you wait, I'm sure, for them to declare, does somebody help you with that? Hey, they're sending out?
For sure. Yep, that's it. That is the fire drill exchange of not a hurry up field goal fire drill, but that's the exchange that you need to be organized, precise. We have that's where our headsets come in, flipping over to offense, defense, letting those guys know if it's a defensive safe look. Having our assistant special teams coach down with the return man, and then as many eyes and ears as you can. So those three-way alerts happen on offense, whether you're going for it on fourth down, when you're punting it, or you do get into striking range to kick a field goal because you want to operate cleanly. And then we have potentially 3 units ready as we look across the field, and we're waiting for their substitution and ID what unit's going onto the field. So that happens a lot, and communication's at a premium. We've had those mistakes before. We try to be as clean as we can with it, of getting those exchanges right. It's not intense, but it's a focus that the whole team needs to be bought into.
I know we've done it before, including 2 times this year, but is it difficult to come off the street and be the kicker for a team just immediately?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I think, yeah, heck, that's, a lot of pressure, but kudos to him. I think having, and that's part of the charm and the draw about Matt was he's stepped in as a pinch hitter. Like, that's what he has made his mark to this point in his career. And for him, like, what another opportunity come out here and hopefully kick us through a divisional win. So him coming in here and just having that calm and that consistency, that's led him to being able to, when he comes in there, not to wig out and just being used to, hey, I do my job consistently daily, whether I'm on the team or off the team. And when the lights are on, it doesn't change for him. I'm excited to see if he can do that for us.
Along those same lines, when you look at a player that's coming in like that, what's the difficulty for you to get the special teams ready for a player that they're not used to? You can do certain things with Kaimi. A lot of people have played with Kaimi for a very long time. So, not field goals and extra points, but as far as kickoffs are concerned.
Yeah, it's a great question. And for me, I've got to tailor, like, I can't come in and square peg the round hole just because this is the way we do things. Not everybody's tailored for that, and vice versa. So I believe, I've mentioned this in different situations or circumstances, that putting those guys in the best place to be successful is that's our assignment as a coach. So we will tailor it to whether it's a return game player, a blocker, putting him on the right matchup, whether it's a coverage player and getting him in the right slotted lane so that way he can play and accentuate his abilities, or if it's a kicker or a specialist, playing the call he wants. We've had Ty Zentner here to fill in as a punter on short notice before. Hey, what kind of punt do you feel best with in each area of the field? We try to call the game accordingly and give those guys some autonomy to really speak openly to me, man, like, hey, you're on the grass with your cleats, not me. I'm just a spectator. So you tell me how you want to do this, and we can try and blend our philosophies together and make sure it's clean and crisp so you can go out there and play free of mind on Sunday.
I had a chance to talk to Jalen Smith after the game. Man, I asked him about recovering that muffed punt. I know that's not as easy as it looks on television. What are some of the processes that you go through in order to teach them to, because that ball could bounce out and the trajectory of the ball could take it either way?
Yeah, for me, first to address Jalen, like, drafted Jalen knowing that he solves a lot of roster manipulation problems. He is a dynamic, young special teams asset that also has a bright future playing defensive football, and he's being used already in packages. So, for J-Rock, losing him, for a bit here and just hoping for, his healthy return as fast as possible. Yeah, he's got a unique asset, a unique skill set. So for me, when we talk about the first thing to making a great play is you got to be in the right spot. Like, if you're not down there fronting up the returner, and we see this all the time, you guys see it, fly by gunner, punter fair catches the ball, and he muffs it, and the gunner's behind him because he, I don't want to say took the rep off, but he eased up, got casual. So you need to you need to be down there and in position in case something were to happen, and that pressure, that warrants that returner to think about you being right there on his toes. So did just that. Way to come to balance, great job. And then, we teach all those situations like that is not a returnable ball. Do not scoop that. Jump on it because it's a muff. Jump on the ball. You can't pick that up and run. So trying to pick that up causes you to maybe not clasp it as quickly. So you did a great job of knowing the coaching points right there and jumping on that thing, covering it up tight. So big play for us. Ended up giving us points before half.
About the fire drill aspect of midfield when it happens and having everybody ready. Is there anything that you can shine a light on that the other team does to kind of confuse you about who they're going to send out?
Yeah. And I was kind of referencing that. I'll talk about that later, another team. But, there are certain things you are and aren't allowed to do of giving some fake substitutions and try to trick them a little bit. And for us, we've had, quarterbacks jog off and then sprint back on with the field goal unit. And then which unit do you want to put on the field? So the first thing is the NFL allows for the refs. They will hold the substitution, giving, if we're on the defense or the return side, giving you allotted amount of time so you don't get, kind of screwed over there. And for us, we have to be razor sharp. I mean, you have to know what personnel are going on so you can match yours. So for us, it's when they truly declare and the ref is holding it, you could send your team out, and then you got to get out and get set so you can get your cleats on the ground and play ball. But for us, it's just readiness to play football at all points in time. So hope that answered your question. Okay? All right, guys. See you.
Thanks, Coach.